Hey, what's up, my friends? Todd Falcone here. Welcome back to toddfalcone.com, or maybe for the first time, I don't know. Great to see you. All right, so let's talk about getting more business builders. So that is the name of the game in network marketing. There's two things that we do. Obviously, we have to have customers, real users using our products and services. It's very important. Nobody really gets paid unless people are consuming or using your goods and services. It's so crazy how the profession, I've been involved with network marketing for a very long time, and we got lost for a little while in the 1990s where it became distributor-only consumption. There was like no focus whatsoever on end user consumption. And I think it's cool because we've made our way back to a well-balanced approach, which is having business builders, and each business builder has a handful or so of customers, which is really what network marketing is meant to be like anyhow. So let's talk about how do you go about finding or getting business builders on your team. Number one is focusing on finding business builders. So now, if your culture of your opportunity, your company is product first or product focused, I'm not telling you to go against the grain of your culture. You need to follow whatever your culture is teaching. But if you're not actively seeking business builders, you're probably not going to get a whole lot of business builders. In fact, I know a lot of people in different companies where they're so product focused, or their product is so good that it ends up being this. Their greatest asset becomes their worst nightmare, because it's just too easy to put people on the product, and they just kind of forget about putting people in the business. And that's a great situation to have a product that's that great, but it's not so good in terms of creating a large amount of residual income. And the large amount of residual income comes as a result of developing a large organization of moving people, moving products to end users. So my suggestion to you would be, look for business builders. Use the verbiage that's looking for business builders. You can sit there. Now, of course, here's the thing. If you introduce somebody to the business and they're like, hey, I'm not really interested in the business, it's pretty easy to back end them into being a product user. So now the other thing is, number two is recruit people that are more likely to respond to a business message. This goes to my whole underlying philosophy of recruiting up the socioeconomic chain, or recruiting professionals, which many of you, if you followed me for any period of time, have heard me teach and train on. And it's a great strategy because you're going after people that are already accustomed. Here's the bottom line. You're going after people that are already accustomed to being paid on production, which is exactly how we're paid in network marketing. We don't get paid a salary. We don't get paid an hourly wage. And people who like to get paid on production tend to flock into specific careers: real estate, outside sales, different types of professions where, if they do really well, they're paid very well. And so I think it's really important for you to think about, like, okay, I'm going to spend or invest some time looking for people that I feel fit the bill, if you will. So I'll make sure I put a link in the post here to access one of my training webinars on the subject of recruiting professionals, so you can kind of get a deeper idea or deeper understanding of what I'm talking about. All right, number three is looking at your existing organization, and if you want to have more builders in your organization, you have to be the person that helps those people become builders or develop themselves into builders. This is not a business where we just put people in and we kind of keep our fingers crossed and hope that things are going to work out well for us. If that is your strategy, that's not a very good strategy, and you're probably already realizing that. If you haven't yet, if you're just signing people up and saying, go get them, champ, it's probably not working out very well for you. So when I talk about this, I mean literally digging in and working with your people. If I didn't have guys early on that worked with me, that were willing to invest time in me, I'm this brand new guy, never done network marketing before, eager, excited, wanting to be successful, having no experience, however. And I had people that were willing to literally work with me. That means digging in the trenches with me, helping make calls, helping me do presentations, going out and seeing my prospects with me. That's going to lead you to a lot more builders if you're willing to actually invest time in the people that are on your team. I don't know if am I numbering these? I don't know. I guess we're at number 4. Look for pockets. This is something I talk about. One of the best strategies that you can incorporate as an overall team builder, and it's going to help you identify more builders, something I talk about very frequently, is look for pockets, right? So what I mean by looking for pockets is you all have a genealogy report or an access to a back office, and everyone's a little bit different. But if you can go through the genealogy in like a tree view of your organization and be able to look and ask yourself these questions: who's building, who's active, who's recruiting, who's rank advancing, who's somebody that just put in a bunch of people and I don't even know who they are yet. In fact, this is probably one of the single most effective and powerful strategies when it comes to accelerating volume and growth in an organization, is not waiting for things to happen, but making things happen by you identifying who already is in the organization that I can go, oh, wait, who's this person that put 9 people in last month? I don't even know who they are. Maybe I should go introduce myself and offer my guidance and my assistance. In fact, I remember the very first time I did this. It's crazy. This is years and years ago on a paper genealogy report. Some of you guys might have heard the story. I had a guy, I'm going through the genealogy, laying it all out on the ground, like literally laying my whole, like this stack of paper all the way down. Remember the pieces of paper that unfolded like this out of a printer? And I'm going through the organization. I see this guy that was on my 6th level in a 7-level pay plan, meaning I didn't make any money below that guy's personally sponsored people. And he had recruited 35 people that previous month. I didn't know who he was, so I picked up the phone, I called him. I said, hey, Joe, Todd Falcone, and he didn't know who I was. I said, listen, I'm part of the leadership team here. I wanted to introduce myself to you and see if there's any way that I can assist you, help you, work with you. And guess what? He had never heard from his sponsor. See, here's the thing you have to understand. This is your business. You have to take control of your business. Grab it by the reins and guide your business, not wait around and hope that things, like I said, hope is not a good strategy. Because here I find this guy who's down on my 6th level who had recruited 35 people the previous month. I don't know who he is, and come to find out he had never heard from his sponsor. And guess what? He never heard from his sponsor. Had I not called him and created and developed a relationship with him, he probably would have dropped out, because he had no support. He was just all by himself. I'm still friends with him to this day, so it's a great strategy. Look in your organization. Who can you identify that's already active, relatively active, that you can go and grab a hold of and help do something with? And so I guess since we are numbering these, I'll go with number 5. Ready? So number 5 is, if you want to recruit more builders, and this is pretty bare bones, simple philosophy here, is you got to get your numbers up, okay? So I would say that's a philosophy you should all live by anyhow. It is a numbers game. It's a people business, something that I'm sure you've heard before. If you want to be successful in this business, if you want to recruit more, you got to get your numbers up, right? If you want to put more good people in, you got to start putting more people in, period. So I would be looking, it's a great time of the year to be looking at, any time of the year is a great time to be looking at your numbers. How are your numbers? What kind of numbers are you putting on the board on a consistent daily basis? I think if you get your numbers up, you're going to see your recruiting numbers go up, and you're going to see more business builders join, because it's just the natural law of averages. So those are 5 things that you can do to get more, find more, develop more business builders in your organization. Thank you so much for watching. Hey, have an amazing day. We'll see you on the next one.